people, welcome. We'll get started in 1 minute. Thanks for joining me today. Today's practice is focused on gratitude, and it'll be really good. I'm using my microphone again today, so you should be able to hear me really well. So have your water. Let me make sure I have my water. And just get in a comfortable position on your mat. And we'll get started with our practice. So for today's hand mudra, we're just going to use the classic Anjali mudra. So what I want you to do is just take your hands, bring them into a prayer position, sides of the fingers are touching, and there will naturally be a hollow in between your hands. And we're just pressing our hands in towards our heart. So just start with some breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. And if you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes. It's taking a couple moments to get our minds and bodies prepared for a good practice today. And at this time, just bring to your mind something you want to focus on, something you want to take with you from class today, or just something you want for your day. Just bring that to your mind right now. And breathe that in. And breathe out. Spend a couple more moments with our breath. And on your next inhale, you can release your hands, resting them on your knees or on your legs. And let's start with our next circles, moving to the right. Inhale back, exhale forward. Keep moving with your next circles. I'm having Facebook issues. And do the same thing. Start to rotate your neck to the other side. Inhale back, exhale forward. Bring your head back to neutral. Let's roll into the shoulders. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale back and down. And do the same thing. Let's move the shoulders forward. Inhale up, exhale forward and down. Shoulders come back to a neutral position. Let's inhale those arms up as we interlace the fingers above us. Push the palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, release the hands. Start twisting to your right side. Left hand on the outside of right knee. Right fingertips face the back wall. Gaze over your right shoulder. Just holding this position. Breathing into the stretch. Let me make sure Facebook is still okay. Okay. Facebook was messing up, but I think we're okay now. Take an inhale. Come back to center. Interlace those fingers. Push the palms away again. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand on the outside of left knee. Left fingertips face the back wall. Gaze over your left shoulder. And if you're just now joining me from Facebook or from YouTube, today's practice is focused on gratitude. Inhale, come back to center. Interlace the fingers. Push the palms towards the ceiling again. Exhale, relax the right hand down to the ground. Left arm up and over. Right forearm rests on the ground. Reaching through the left fingertips. Only if it's comfortable for your right forearm to rest. If not, you can let that elbow stay off the ground. Inhale, come through the center. Exhale, lower that left hand down. Bring the right arm up and over. Same thing on this side. Inhale, come back up to center. Interlace the fingers. Push the palms away again. Exhale, release the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers behind you. Let's roll those shoulders back. Open the chest. Lift the chin up towards the sky. Take some nice breaths here. Opening up the heart. Maybe even opening up the throat chakra. Improving our communication. Activating some self-love. Release those shoulders. Bring the arms out wide. Inhale. Exhale, cross right arm over left. Grab either shoulder. Tuck your chin down to your chest. Inhale, bring those arms back out wide. Exhale, cross left over right. Grab either shoulder, tuck your chin down to your chest. Inhale. Exhale, release those shoulders. Let's take the hands, rest them on the knees, and work into some seated cat-cow. Pushing those shoulders forward, rounding the spine, chin tucks down towards the chest. Rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest, chin lifts up towards the sky. Moving in and out of those two positions with your own breath at your own pace. We might lose Facebook. I'm going to try it one more time. Just keep moving with your cat-cow, moving with your breath. And come back to a neutral position. And let's kind of move our body in a circle. So we're going to rotate to the right. Just like you're stirring up that solar plexus. which is the chakra down in your belly. And do the same thing, moving to the other side. Stirring up that solar plexus. We'll try Facebook one more time, y'all. If it don't work, we just gonna stick with YouTube. You're here, so I appreciate you being here. Bring the spine back to a neutral position. Let's come up on our hands and knees in table position. Let's stretch our wrists out. So what I want you to do is keep your left hand pointed into the ground like it is, but rotate your fingers on your right hand pointing back towards your body. And then all we're going to do is kind of shift our weight back a little bit. It doesn't take very much to feel that stretch in the wrist. Shift your weight back forward. We'll bring your hands back to the original position. We'll do that on the other side. This time, flip your left hand around to face you. Just fall back a little bit. Should feel a really good stretch in that wrist and then up in the arm. Make sure you're working within your range during your practice today. If you feel anything start to feel too painful, let go. Let's shift our weight back forward. Let's bring our big toes together. Start to shift our hips back towards our heels. Come to child's pose. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt down towards the space in between the knees. Take a couple more breaths down in your child's pose. And let's start to shift our way back forward again. And we'll get ready to come up to our first down dog. Now, if you need to modify your down dog, go ahead and stay down on your knees and extend the arms out. Come into puppy pose instead. And if not, go ahead and tuck those toes under. Start to lift the hips up and back as you come to your down dog. Pushing the chest towards the thighs, pushing the heels towards the ground. Pedaling the feet out one at a time. Getting a good stretch up in those calves and hamstrings. You can even come up on both tippy toes and then press the heels towards the ground again. And we'll bring our gaze up in between the hands. Start to walk the feet up behind the hands. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower down to a forward fold. Go ahead and grab those elbows and let's rock side to side. Have a slight bend in your knees here. And let's release the elbows, roll up to a standing position. Arms come with you. Inhale. Exhale the hands to heart center. And release your hands down to your sides as we come to mountain pose. Let's get nice and rooted in our mountain pose, rocking from the balls of our feet to the heels. Then coming back to a neutral position. And thinking about almost gripping the mat with your toes, keeping the knees soft. I'm just going to sweep the arms up and around here. Inhale. Exhale, bring them back down to heart center. Release them back down to your sides. Doing that a couple more times. Shift the arms up and around. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to your mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale. Hands are staying at heart center now. And this time extend those hands up towards the sky. Let's rock side to side like a palm tree. Just swaying our body from one side to the other. I think Facebook is cooperating with us now, so that's good. Couple more times. Bring those hands back to heart center and back down to mountain pose. Let's work into a sun salutation. Let's get back into our mountain pose, checking into those feet again, rocking back and forth from the balls of your feet to your heels. Sweep those arms up with an inhale, hands meet at the top, small back bend. Exhale, dive down to a forward fold, letting those fingertips come to the ground or grabbing those elbows. Inhale up for a half lift. Fingertips can be on the ground or hands can come to the shins, making sure those shoulders are released down away from the ears. Exhale, put the hands down in front of the feet. Step or jump back to a plank position. If you'd like to modify, drop down to the knees for your plank. And let's lower down for chaturanga. You can lower down all the way to your belly or halfway. We'll inhale up for cobra up dog. If you're doing cobra, you're just peeling the chest off the ground. And if you like up dog, you're extending those elbows, rotating the eyes of the elbows forward, engaging the shoulders. And then we'll make our way back to our down dog or our down dog modification puppy pose if you like that better. Tucking those toes under, lifting those hips up and back again. And if you're in puppy pose, you're down on your knees. Taking some full breaths here, full cycles of breath. You should really feel your body moving when you take full breaths. Take one more inhale. Exhale, side out. Gaze comes up in between the hands. Step or jump the feet up behind the hands. Come back up for a half lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower back down to forward fold. Roll up, bring those arms with you. Inhale. Small back bend. Exhale the hands back to heart center. Good. And so one more time, a little bit more fluid. Extend those arms up. Inhale, small back bend. Exhale, fall down to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank the hands down in front of the feet. Step or jump back to a plank position or modified plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's take our breaths. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Gaze comes up in between the hands. Step and jump the feet up behind the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down, forward fold. Roll up, bring those arms with you. Inhale. Hands are at the top, small back bend. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Let's keep our hands to heart center. And step our right foot out so we're wide onto our mat. We're going to walk our heels in a little bit. Squat down, come into goddess pose. Take your hands. Let the thumbs be on the inside of the knees. Rest of the fingers on the outside. And I just want you to roll your right shoulder in. Kind of pushing those hips apart a little bit. Inhale. Come back to center. Exhale that left shoulder down. Let's straighten those knees, extend those arms up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to take our hands, interlace the fingers behind us, roll those shoulders back, chin lifts up towards the sky. Opening the heart. And if you would like, we'll take an inhale. Exhale, lower down for a wide leg forward bend. Keeping those fingers interlaced, letting those hands fall out behind us. If you're not completely comfortable with that, but you still want to come down to your wide leg forward bend, go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat. Let's release the hands, bring them to the waistband, deep bend in the knees as you come back up to a standing position. We're going to heel toe those feet in, back up to standing, and we'll move into a tree pose. So what I would like for you to do is get nice and rooted on your right foot. Think about how we were getting rooted into our foot earlier. Option 1 for your tree pose, you'll let your left toe stay rested on the ground as your heel rests on your ankle. Option 2, you can slide it up to your calf. Option 3, if you want to bring it up a little more, go ahead and grab the foot, bring it up to your thigh. And whichever option you choose, try to avoid resting your foot on your knee, just so you're not pressing into that knee, creating injury. Feel free to grab a wall or anything nearby to help you keep your balance if you need to. And then let's come back to that Anjali Mudra, hands coming into prayer. Anjali Mudra expresses gratitude. Find a focal point, maybe a couple feet in front of you or straight ahead to help you balance. You can keep your hands in your Anjali Mudra, or you can extend these arms up towards the sky. Just extending the arms straight up. And if you're really feeling like you're having your balance, you can look up towards the ceiling. I think I'm fine where I'm at today. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, release the foot back down to the ground. Come back to your mountain pose. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Nice and rooted in the left foot. Option 1, toes rest on the ground, heel rest on the ankle. Option 2, slide it up to your calf. Option 3, grab it, bring it all the way up to your thigh. Hands can come to your Anjali Mudra again. And then if you're feeling comfortable here, go ahead and extend those arms up. Take an inhale. Exhale, release the foot back down to the ground. Come back to your mountain pose, stepping to the top of your mat. We'll sweep those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, fall down to your forward fold. Grab those elbows if you like, or let those fingers come to the ground. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, melt back down to your forward fold. Take those hands, plant them down in front of the feet, step or jump back to a plank. If you want to move through a vinyasa, you can. If you want to take a break, you can. If you're moving through your vinyasa, we're just doing what we did earlier. Chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and then making our way back to our puppy pose or our down dog. Take your gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Step or jump the feet up behind the hands. Roll up to a standing position, arms come with you. Inhale. Exhale the hands to heart center. Now from here, let's step back with the left foot. And if you can, I would like for you to make a line from the front heel to the inside arch of the back foot. Arms will come out wide. Inhale here. Exhale, we'll bend into the front knee, coming to a warrior pose, warrior 2. Knee is nice and aligned over your ankle. Check the alignment of your arms, making sure they're even as well. From here, let's square our chest with our front leg, sweeping those arms up, coming to warrior one. Rotating those hips forward now. Legs are in the same position. Take an inhale, straighten that front leg, and we'll come down to pyramid pose. Windmilling those arms back and letting the chest fall down towards this front leg. Now, if you need to bend this front leg a bit because it's really intense on the hamstring, that's perfectly fine. And if you're feeling very comfortable in your pyramid pose, you can take your hands, bring them to heart center behind your knee. Coming back to that Anjali Mudra again, that gratitude mudra again. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down on either side of the foot. We're going to step our left foot up to meet the right. We're going to take those arms, extend them up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, interlace those fingers behind you. And we're going to bend our knees. Start to lower our chest down onto our thighs. Nice deep bend in the knees. Let the hands come out behind you. Expressing humility and gratitude. Now from here, let's release those hands, sweep the arms up, come to chair pose. Sit it back into your imaginary chair. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands down in front of the feet, step or jump back to plank. You can take a break or you can move through your vinyasa. And we're just taking some breaths in our down dog or our puppy pose again. Take your gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Start to walk the feet back up behind the hands, rolling up to a standing position again. Inhale. Exhale, bring those hands to heart center. This time, let's step that the right foot back. Left foot is forward. Make that line again from the front heel to the inside arch of the back foot. Arms come out wide, bend into that front knee, come to warrior two. Let's sweep these arms around, square our hips with the front of the room, come into warrior one. Shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears, but arms are extended up. Straighten that front knee, inhale. Exhale, dive down with the chest, coming down to pyramid pose again. Feel free to bend that front knee if you need it. If you're feeling very comfortable and you can do so without injuring yourself, hands come to our Anjali Mudra. Inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down to either side of the foot. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, release the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Deep bend the knees. Let the chest rest down over those legs. And let's release the hands, sweep the arms up, coming to our chair pose again. Inhale. Exhale, plant those hands down in front of the feet, step or jump back to your plank. Take a break or move through your vinyasa. Taking some breaths. Take your gaze, bring it up in between those hands again. Step those feet up behind the hands. Roll up to a standing position. Inhale. Exhale, the hands to heart center. We're going to move through that sequence again, moving a little bit more fluid with our breath. Step that right foot back, step the left foot back, sorry. Left foot back, inhale, arms out wide for warrior one. Exhale. Sorry, warrior two. Inhale up to warrior one now. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Exhale, come down to pyramid. Hands could come to your Anjali Mudra. Inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down on either side of the foot. Step that left foot up to meet the right. Inhale up to standing. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Come down. Letting the chest rest on the thighs and the arms come behind you. Release. Inhale up to chair. Exhale, plant the hands down in front of the feet. Step or jump back to plank. Move through your vinyasa or take a rest. Couple breaths here. Gaze comes up in between the hands. Step or jump the feet up behind the hands. Roll up to a standing position. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step back with the right foot. Arms come out wide. Warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come to warrior one. Exhale, straighten that front knee, dive down to your pyramid. Hands can come to that Anjali Mudra. Inhale. Exhale, hands release down to the ground. Right foot steps up to meet the left. Roll up to a standing position. Inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Bend those knees, come down over those legs. Inhale, release the hands, come up to chair. Exhale, plant the hands down in front of the feet, step or jump back to plank. Take a rest or move through your vinyasa. Take a couple breaths. From here, let's walk our left foot in a half step. Start to extend our right leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up in between the hands. If you need to come down to the knee first and then step it up, that works. And this time we'll come down to the left knee and then sweep those arms up for low lunge. Go ahead and bring the top of that back foot flat. Coming deeper into the lunge if you like. Inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down on either side of the foot. Planting that left hand down on the inside of the right foot. We'll start to extend our right arm up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and lower that right arm down. We're going to take this left leg and bring it perpendicular with our mat and start to extend our right leg out to the side. From here, we'll sweep our arms up with an inhale. You can take this right arm, release it down onto the right leg and extend this left arm up and over. Or you can take this right hand, bring it down to the ground, and then extend that left arm up and over. A little bit more of a challenge this way. Inhale, come back to center. Let's step that right leg back, moving into a table position. You can take a rest if you want to. If you want to do your vinyasa, go ahead and tuck those toes under, coming off the knees, and move through your vinyasa. Let's start to extend that left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, step it up in between the hands. Come down on that back knee. Go ahead and bring that top of the back foot flat. Inhale up for a low lunge. Exhale, take the hands, bring it down on either side of the foot. Right hand plants down on the inside of the left foot. Extend that left arm up. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower that left hand down. Bring your right knee perpendicular to your mat. Extend that left leg out to the side. Left hand can rest on the left leg as right arm comes up and over, or left hand can come down to the ground and right arm comes up and over. Just for a side gaze pose. Inhale, bring the body back up. Go ahead, bring the hands down to the mat, stepping back to a table position again. And if you want to move your vinyasa, feel free. If you want to take a break, feel free. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, come down to the knees, bring the big toes together. Hips come back for child's pose. Take another deep breath in your child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, side out. From here, let's take our hands, bring them to the Anjali Mudra in front of us. Palms meet. Go ahead and bend those elbows and bring those hands behind you. And then if you can, think about pulling your belly button back and kind of rounding your spine, pressing your tailbone down towards the mat, getting a stretch up underneath those arms. Take an inhale. Exhale, extend those arms back out in the front. And we'll stretch our shoulders a little bit. Now, if this is beginning to be a little too much for you down in this child's pose, go ahead and let those hips come up some, just to give you a break. And we'll take our right arm and thread it underneath the left. Let that right ear and right shoulder come down to the ground. Again, those hips can extend up towards the sky, or if you're comfortable doing this down in child's pose, that works too. Take an inhale. Exhale, extend that right arm back out in front and do the same on the left side. Left arm comes underneath the right, left ear, left shoulder come down. Inhale on this side. Exhale, extend that left arm back out in front. Let's come to a seated position. I just like to come up to table pose and cross my ankles behind me. Take those legs, bring them out in front. And from here, we'll keep our left leg extended, bending at our right knee. We'll step it over our left leg. Extend this arm up towards the sky, inhale. Exhale, start to twist towards the right side. Elbow comes on the outside of knee. Right fingertips are facing the back wall. Gaze is over the right shoulder. And then if you like, you can just let this arm extend down towards the leg, if that works for you. If not, you can keep your hand up. This might help deepen your stretch a little bit if you're looking to do that. Couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Extend that right leg out in front. Let's do the same thing on the left. Bending at the left knee, crossing it over the right leg. Right arm extends up towards the sky. Start to twist to the left. Elbow on the outside of knee. Gaze looks over the back shoulder. Arm can stay up or it can extend it down towards the leg. I'm going to keep my arm up. I'm not as flexible on this side. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Take the leg, extend them back out. Then we'll bend both knees, bring the bottoms of the feet together. Let the hands rest on the ankles. Inhale up. Exhale, lead with the chest as you come down towards the feet. Getting a stretch in the hips. If it is super intense, feel free to loosen your feet out a little bit more. If you need some more intensity, walk your feet in closer. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, see if you can come down a bit lower. Let's come back up to a seated position. This time, take your legs, bring them out wide on either side of your mat. Now from here, we're going to take our left hand, extend it over our left leg. Take this right arm, bend it behind your back, and then just bring your gaze over to the right. And if you could come down lower, feel free. If this arm can come around towards that thigh, that's great. If not, it's not a necessity. Getting a good stretch in this left leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, side out. Come back to center. Extend this right leg down towards over the right leg. Left arm bends behind your back this time. Gaze over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Let's extend those arms up. Exhale, just come down in the middle, letting those hands fall wherever they fall. Trying to keep your back somewhat more straight. Instead of rounding your back and coming down, we want to keep our back straight and lead with our chest. And if you want to walk those hands out further, you can. Try to flex those feet, pulling the toes back towards your body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come a little bit deeper if you can. Let's walk those hands back. Bring those legs together. Coming onto your mat and we'll come into an easy seated forward bend. Hands extend up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, lead with the chest. Fall down over those legs for a seated forward bend. Letting those hands just fall wherever they fall. You always hear me say, don't worry about your hands touching your toes or your knees being bone straight. Just work within your range. Couple more breaths. Let's roll up to a seated position. Let's bring the feet flat onto the ground, bending the knees, wrapping the hands around the knees. We'll roll down to our back. And go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Releasing that lower back. Take an inhale. Exhale, release the knees, bring the feet flat on the ground. Cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. Right foot is flexed. Now this might be enough for you, or if you're okay with it, your hand can come behind your left thigh as you pull it in towards your chest. Both feet are flexed. Inhale. Exhale, release the thigh onto the ground, but go ahead and keep that ankle crossed. We're gonna bring our arms out wide. Let that right leg cross on top of the left one fully, and then let both knees fall over to the left side. Gaze can be up towards the ceiling, or you can look over that right arm. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Bring those knees back to center, uncross the legs. Let's come back to our original position and do that on the other side. Left ankle cross over the right knee. You can stay here or take the hands, grab behind the right thigh, pull it in towards your chest. Flex both feet. Inhale. Exhale, release the leg. Take that left leg, cross it more over the right. Arms come out wide. Both knees fall over to the right side. Gaze can be up towards the ceiling or over towards the left arm. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Come back to center. Hug those knees into the chest one more time. We'll get ready for our Shavasana. If you want to lay down on your mat, you can, letting your feet extend towards the edges of your mat. Or you can come up to a seated position. And just get into whatever position works for you. And come back to those breaths that we used at the beginning of class. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. Second inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. One more deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. And go ahead and close those eyes down if you haven't already. Coming back to your natural breath. Bringing your attention to your breath at this time. Bring attention to your inhales and your exhales. Noticing the path of your breath. Noticing the movement in your body with your breath. Today's focus is on gratitude. It's important to be grateful throughout our life. Sometimes we tend to get discouraged if small problems happen, if things don't go our way. Gratitude helps to bring us back to reality and to have humility. Remembering to be grateful for everything that we have, even if it's not much. Well, now I will say some gratitude affirmations to you. And you can repeat them silently to yourself. I choose to be thankful no matter my circumstances. I am thankful for the abundance the universe provides. I am grateful for all that brings me happiness. I am grateful for every breath that I take in. I am grateful for who I am and love who I am becoming. I choose to be thankful no matter my circumstances. I am thankful for the abundance the universe provides. I am grateful for all that brings me happiness. I am grateful for every breath that I take in. I am grateful for who I am and love who I am becoming. And just take a moment to let those affirmations resonate with you. To think about the meaning of each one of those affirmations. To think about what it means to be grateful and thankful for all that you have. Recognizing that abundance comes in many forms, not only with money and material things, but in love, in self-care. Spend the next few moments with the gratitude you've cultivated here, allowing it to warm and relax your mind and body. And on your next inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes as you come back into your body. And when you're ready, if you're laying down, you can roll over onto your favorite side using your arm as a pillow. And just take a moment here to bring back to your mind that one thing you wanted to focus on at the beginning of class. Bringing that thought back into your mind. Also take a moment here for gratitude towards the self. Thanking yourself for practicing some self-care and some self-love, doing something good for yourself today. And on your next inhale, if you're laying down, you can roll up to a comfortable seated position. Letting the palms face upward for receiving or downward for grounding, depending on what you need today. And together, my friends, will gather up all the loving energies in the room as we inhale the hands up above us in prayer. Exhale, float them down to heart center. And at this time, I want to express gratitude for you, for supporting me, for allowing me to be your guide, and for sharing your time, your energy, your space with me. Namaste. Okay, guys, that completes our practice focused on gratitude. If you enjoy this practice, it will be in the comments. If you enjoy this practice, it will be on YouTube for you to do again if you really like it. And we'll be back here next week. I'll be better about posting on the YouTube so that you remember about class, like scheduling and letting you all know that I'm doing this every Saturday. So again, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And see you next time. Peace and love.